In this video, I'm going to talk about Octavia, specifically what people don't like about her. It's actually more hate than I ever expected. Octavia is known as the Steel Path Queen, also AFK Queen, the Endurance Queen, Rhythm Goddess, Conductor, Maestro. The community has a lot of nicknames for her that I've heard over the years, but one thing I've never heard is that she is a bad frame, and it's because she is extremely powerful. She works amazingly at level cap, which is something you can't say about every frame. You don't even need a specialized build for her to make her work well. There's no augments needed. In other words, she is what you could almost consider a perfect frame, with no ability needing to be subsumed for her to work at all. But there's stuff people don't like about her, specifically that she's almost boring. Her gameplay usually goes along the lines of you cast 3 metronome and you crouch to the beat as best as you can to get your invisibility buff. From there, whenever you're around enemies, you can cast your 1 mallet. Of course, you want to keep your 4 amp activated to increase range damage, just buffs in general. And the enemies will shoot at mallet, dealing damage onto themselves because it scales well with enemy levels. You could also just cast Resonator, which will pick up your mallet, and the enemies will follow it. They will not even focus on you at all. And while the enemies are focused on your Resonator and mallet, dealing mad damage to the enemies, you literally stand still and do nothing while every enemy shits themselves to death. It's almost AFK in the way it works, because if you have a high duration build, you literally only need to cast your buffs once every minute or so. So it's more about just casting your 3 and your 4 whenever they run out, your 1 and 2 whenever they run out, and then just staying still, maybe getting invisible whenever you can, so no enemies will focus on you, hit you, or anything like that. And now it is just this that gets annoying. While you could say the repetitiveness gets annoying and boring, essentially being AFK, there is crouch spamming that gets annoying. It doesn't even feel right. If you don't have game volume on or up or anything like that, or you can't hear over the enemy fire, then being able to crouch to the beat gets actually incredibly annoying. But you could see where the beat is coming from with your feet. But even then, crouching to it is quite annoying, to say the least, especially in faster paced gameplay. The next reason I found actually is that her music just isn't for everyone. The music system is something I find unique and I love it completely, but a lot of people don't actually care about creating the music at all. They'd rather just use a community song or bass music even, or some of them just mute her music entirely. And finally, the very last thing I actually want to focus on is that her gameplay doesn't change at all. Certain frames, their gameplay will change depending on what level you're at. If you're in normal star chart, obviously you can breeze through anything with any frame. But when you get to Steel Path, you have to change the way you play a little bit to focus on survivability, whether you have to start shield getting, using your survivability ability more, or anything like that. Octavia, with her low defense and everything like that, her survivability is based solely on crouch spamming to become invisible. So even in normal star chart, you have to do that to survive, and it stays the same in Steel Path. And now her nuking stays the same throughout normal star chart, Steel Path, and Endurance Steel Path. No matter what level you're at, the gameplay usually goes exactly the same with little to no difference at all, which is something not every player likes, because there's absolutely no evolution there whatsoever. It all revolves simply around maintaining buffs, keeping mallet and resonator activated, and hiding in a corner essentially. And now that's pretty much just about it. If I had to boil down all the criticism I found via region chat and the Reddit, it would be Octavia is incredibly powerful, and many players don't find her gameplay engaging enough to match that power. But honestly, she's not the only frame like that nowadays. There's dozens of frames like that now. She used to be the one and only, but now there's literally a few other frames that do exactly the same thing. Like Noko is literally about staying invisible, camping in a corner, and casting your 4 every now and again. And he's a worse offender because while his scaling isn't as peak as Octavia's, he does gain energy back with ease, meaning all he literally has to do is camp on his mushroom, and that is it. But that's not important. What's important is that What do you think about Octavia? Do you love her? Do you hate her? Do you wish she had something better going for her? Gameplay wise, is it not too engaging? Personally, I think she's amazing. You make her as engaging as you want her to be. You could make her a weapon platforming frame or a melee frame. Her third ability allows all that. And so, with that being said, that's just about it. Until next time.